Okay, guys, we are back, and yes, I'm having to do these movements again. I don't know really what do I want to do. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go back on my decision. I'm gonna try and engage this army at Manassas. I'm gonna go for it. How long could I be there? I could be there in 5 days. If I could make it in 5 days, I could try and catch this army at Manassas. We don't know if they're going to abandon the siege again, and if I can catch this force and then destroy it, that's going to be great for me. It's going to help me retake these lands and put me in a much better position, as we are definitely having problems. Try to remember everything I need to do. I'll recruit any of these. Okay. There we go. Okay. Have these come out. Out into the bay. Hopefully we'll have enough ammunition to put the hurt on this force and at least help our garrison over here to hold out. Which is what we need. Okay, so we're going to send Robert over there then instead. We'll have this force hold to the last. Have this army in here. Combine them. Right, we could rebuild the rail over here, but there's not too much point. Okay. If I gave you... Yeah, that negatively impacts us. So we'll have to just bear with that then. Need that cohesion to recover. This force will hold here. We need... We'll dig in here then. Once more, we need to hold St. Louis. Sorry about having to do this on camera. What are you going to call it? Okay, I'm hoping these fort batteries will help us a hell of a lot. Okay, just hold. He's a military genius. Wow. Right, cavalryman, 25% bonus, deep raider, very fast cavalryman, patriot, and he's a surpriser. Right, I could do with giving him men then. Yeah, we need to really recover our losses here. There we go. So I'll give him control of the cavalry. There we go. Yeah, we're taking a lot of losses. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Okay. At least we've been in a better position here. Hopefully with this artillery bombardment, we'll be able to bombard them if they try and cross by ship, so that'd be really good for us. Okay. So we'll dig in here, basically we'll make our stand. This force is over here. We know we should be able to overpower them, so we'll send these forces here. They'll be there. Oh, actually, no. I need you there. Why can't you take control of the city? Assault them, whatever. Yeah, need you over there. You can't assault. Alright, yep. We'll gather these forces up then, and then we'll move on to Pima. Okay. We don't know what the Union's going to do this time. They may or may not assault the city. Going to be interested to see what happens this time around. Bugger it, I'll let that force carry on that way. We know we're going to be facing more men that way. Okay, 21 days. 21 days. I think we're going to go on the offensive, actually. If we can force this force out, we'll be able to defeat that, and then hopefully Richmond will hold for the time being. I'm going to instead have these men go down here and reinforce the city. Any extra men is really valuable right now. How much power would that take out of that army? Right, that's 20,000 men here. Well, about 25,000 men. Shit. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, and we are back. So, after reorganizing the army, I don't know, I think I may add another corps to this army. It is fairly interesting, actually. I'll put that commander over there. He's not particularly needed over here anyway. So that would bring Robert E. Lee's strength, well, the Army of the Northern Virginia, to 3,761. Now, that's a significant strength. That's 47,000, almost 49,000 men, and almost 10,000 horses. Only 84 cannon, though, which is actually pretty interesting. There we do have the siege artillery, so that's quite nice. Actually, I may take the siege artillery out of that army, to be honest. It does slow the army down, I believe. So we'd be there in 5 days. We'll see what it's like without the siege artillery. We'll see how that goes. Right then. Whoops. So I'll take you, my good friend. That's a very powerful brigade, actually. Now if we combine there, we could be there in 6 days, and that's without a forced march. Now that's interesting. I'll give this siege artillery over to him. There we go. Let's give it to this guy. May as well. At least he has something to command then. Yeah, so that increases our power over here slightly, increases the amount of artillery that we have to 13 cannon. It reduces the amount of cannon we have over here by, not that much. I think it's by 12 or something. We lose a little bit of power, but the thing is, we're able to move that much faster, and that's important. Now, I would be interested in seeing what a forced march could do for us. So if we were to force march, we'd be there in 5 days. Now, that extra day does indeed matter. It does indeed matter a lot. We're gonna try it. We're just gonna go for the normal margin. I don't want to risk too much. I don't want to risk a loss of cohesion. There's a lot riding on a lot of these decisions right now. I'm hoping that this decision to try and take this force at Manassas is going to be the right one. I mean, if we can catch this force, then that will be brilliant. I can try and catch General Irvin McDowell. Then again, I could... Actually, you know what? Honestly, I can't risk this. I cannot risk more forces arriving in the area. That is the fundamental thing. So, yeah, change of plans about that. I mean, I would love to take this force out as it remove a considerable enemy in my rear. But the thing is, I can't allow these extra forces to cross. I mean, if these forces cross over unopposed, then we're going to have a hell of a lot more problems than just this army. Yeah, so that's definitely a thing. That's definitely a thing. Seeing if we have any artillery I could give control to this gentleman. No, we don't really have any other artillery. So, yes, that will have to be that then. I don't have that much war supply, but I am interested to see if I could recruit any extra units down here. Let's see. Now, is this all the Mid-Atlantic? Seriously? Oh no, this... Oh. Southwest? Where are the Floridians? Ah, here we go. South Carolina. Okay. So I can't go for any of the bigger ones. Confederate Brigade. No, that's 30 days. These are 20 days. These men are 30 days. These are 15. We would be getting 450 men here. 6-pounder. This is 45 days. North Carolina. Okay, this is what we need. Now that's 9 war supplies, so I can afford one of those. But we know that we can recruit men from this area then, so that's something I've been missing out on then for a long time. So we are going to change things up then. We're going to engage over here, try and drive this force from the field. And Richmond should have some reinforcing men coming. In another 2 turns, we'll have some extra men here. We'll have another... Well, another 1,400, something like that, men. And that does matter. That does matter. So, we'll have to take a risk here, and we're going to have to see what can happen. I'm hoping even... Well, it's going to take us 6 days to reach Loudoun, or Leesburg. So, if the Union decides to try and make the crossing at Washington, D.C. before the 6th day, then I do have Robert E. Lee to repulse them. But I do need to make it to Leesburg. I'm hoping the Union will once again abandon Manassas. If they abandon Manassas, that's fantastic for me. I reckon we're going to probably end up still losing New Orleans this time. It's not much I can really do about that. I just don't have the... Well, I have forces nearby, but they can't reach there in time. This is the issue with the fact that the Union has control of the seas. It's a huge problem for me, and there's not too much I can do about it. My ironclads are in the north, and they're in a bad position right now. Yes. I'm going to be extremely interested to see what's going to go on this time round. Hopefully we could have the Union try forcing the crossing at Harper's Ferry again and be able to repulse them quite nicely. The Battle of Leesburg, I don't know what's going to go on. The worst case scenario would be if those forces in Leesburg right now were to advance to Manassas. That would be pretty bloody bad. But we'll have to see what happens. I'm really hoping for some miracles this time. It's definitely been a complete change of tactics for the Union. Definitely been a complete change of tactics. They were fairly passive for the last year. Well, the last few months. But that has definitely changed. The Union is definitely feeling aggressive this time around. And I can see why. Their morale is dropping. They don't really have that much time. They can't afford to sit back and watch anymore. And yes, I mean, we have gathered a significant amount of strength. I don't know how many men we've recruited so far, but I imagine we've recruited quite a lot. I mean, we have maxed out the Mid-Atlantic, so we recruited all the huge brigades that we could, well, the divisions that we could. So we'll have to see how that's going to benefit us now. I think I'm going to raise a hell of a lot of conscript forces in southern Virginia. If I can raise all those forces, about 9 war supply each, then we can bring a hell of a lot of numbers within a couple turns to protect Richmond and to reinforce our positions in the north. If we can have enough forces to hold the crossings, or at least present a challenge to the Union forces as they try to make it across, that would be enough. I need to reach DC, but I need to deal with these armies. I can't try and force the crossing with these armies behind me. Even in Fairfax, we have the force that have 215 combat strength. So, we're going to have to see what's going to go on there. Okay, we are seeing movement. No idea what's going to happen here. It doesn't actually look as though they have the breach in Manassas. So, that could be something very different. Yes, they don't have a breach in Manassas. Okay, let's see what's going on here then. Right, I just don't think we have the cohesion to fight that. No, we didn't. Ah, right, only 1,000 men there, so dealt handedly with that force. Okay, so that's different from before. Right, be able to destroy that force, and that force will head south if needs be. Okay, St. Louis continues to hold out. Okay, we are seeing the Union boats there. Yep, New Orleans is going to fall this turn. Nothing I can do about that one. But there's only 10,851 men in the area. We will be able to deal with that in time, actually. It's fairly doable. It's a lot of men, but I can get enough forces in the area. Okay, there we go. We've reinforced our strength there by another 200. The army... Oh, hello there. Johnston. Right then, they are going to make the crossing. We don't know what they're going to go for, unfortunately. How many men does he have? He has 18,000 men to our 30-odd thousand, 31,000. Feeling pretty confident in this one. We have advantage in artillery, so I'm going to go for the Grand Battery. I'm going to hope that's going to destroy them. Okay. So we are seeing forces move from Fredericktown down to Washington. I imagine they're going to try and make the crossing at Leesburg. Manassas has been reinforced considerably, and it does look to be the worst case scenario for me, as I did not want that army from Leesburg to meet up with the army in Manassas, so that's not good for me. We'll have to see what happens. Definitely gonna have to see what happens. We are seeing further reinforcements coming from Adams, PA, or Gettysburg. Okay. Yeah, I reckon we have the ability to keep St. Louis. There we go, 1,000. Oh, only 450. They're definitely screwed. Okay. Ooh, I think we finally lost our cottonclads there. Now, they're really interested in... fucking hell, we lost a lot of... well, yeah. Changes from leaders' promotions. Damn it, I didn't realise that cost me morale. Well, I did, but I forgot. And we lost 5 from their control of New Orleans. So how does that change things up? So they're still... Well, they're only at 78. We haven't lost that much. I mean, we're still ridiculous... Well, we're almost twice their morale right now. Okay. This force has almost arrived in the area, so that's good. We have some men to work with. Is he trying to make the crossing over here? He's not gonna do it if he's trying to go for the fort here. Right, so we've changed places then. That's actually worked out brilliantly well for me. I mean, that's what I wanted. I can actually move these men and make it out of there. 56 days, really? How long would this take normally? Oh, well. We'll stay inside the city, well, the town for the moment. We'll be able to recover somewhat. Okay. Now, I do have these forces here. There's not much. It's really not that much. It looks like a couple of steam frigates, actually. Yes, the CSS Alabama and the CSS Florida. So... could this be the ship that the British promised us? It does look as though it is. So if we head out here, we could actually bombard the forces in New Orleans, and at least that's going to pose a problem. I'm not going to have the opportunity to wait and see what they do over there. I'm gonna move up. We'll be there in 95 fucking days. Fuck me. Fuck. Ah, shit. Ah, these are two fucking objectives. Fuck. I'm gonna split the force in half. Okay. I'll take this much. The rest can stay behind. There we go. So that's still some strength to oppose them with. And it does give us some forces in the area, so that's fine. Now, 95 days, 35 days. What I'll do is I shall move by rail to here. Or not, this fucking... Ah, shit, I forgot. Ugh! 11 days. I'll move here. If I move there, then I can use the crossings or something. Well, I'm just gonna have to wait here for the time being, aren't I? So we'll move down the coast here. We'll take up a position. But, yeah. Damn it, I forgot to repair this rail. That's my bloody fault. I'll have to move these rangers out, try and get some extra forces over there. Well, we do have men on the way. I mean, we have what? What do we have here? We have 2,800 men here. 880 men. It's not enough, but it's a decent start. It does prevent any further losses, so we'll have to see what we can do. Yeah. The mouth of the Mississippi is so very well defended. That's not the Mississippi, is it? No, it isn't. That would be the Mississippi. Fuck. Oh well. Excuse me. So that's the plan. We'll have to try and bring those ships to bear on the enemy and try and bombard them and at least do some damage and prevent them from having an easy ride. Okay, so we have 148 war supply this turn. What can we do with this? What needs replacing? Right, we'll cancel that one. Okay, that's that one. That means we can recruit some more men. North Carolina. We could also recruit these larger brigades. 600 men, 600 men. That's not division though. We'll go for these. These are only 30 days opposed to 3 turns. That's also 30 days. There we go. And I'll also recruit some forces in the south. Interesting that that's regarded as the deep south. Okay, can recruit forces from around this area. Mississippi. That's another 450 men, so we'll get some of those guys. Right, there we go. So at least we're going to recruit some extra men to reinforce this further. Then we'll have those forces to guard. Right, well, at least we don't have to repeat the mistakes over here. So I'll instead put these men inside the actual city itself. At least in that fashion, we'll be able to prepare. Yeah, these men did indeed finish. Right, so that's that force over there. Okay, we'll hold out here. We'll go on the defensive, actually. Make sure it's harder for them to move. Shelby! How are you doing there, Shelby? Okay. Instead, we'll have these men come over here. These are valuable men. And I would send them over there, but they're not needed there. 35 days, 13 days. There we go. Island 10. That's an interesting name for a place. Okay, so instead I'll have the European Brigade come down here. 24 days, seriously? Oh well, it'll take them time, but at least they'll be able to get in there and at least hold that. There's not too many objectives over here, though we do have the most important objective of St. Louis. Good, and we can bring these guys online to fire upon the enemy. There we go. So they will not retreat without a fight. There's Springfield. Des Moines. Further objectives over here, though these aren't the most important objectives. Okay, so we have that force there. I need to find that other force. Okay, so we have these men. They can begin their way down here. May actually want to just send them by waterway. 21 days, that's a lot better. Yep, so we need this fight to go. Price is force. That price is right, bitch. Right, entrench and gifted commander. He's a drunkard. God damn it, if he wasn't a drunkard. They're more powerful. Like so. Okay, so we know the moves. Where the fuck are they going? Okay, meet over there. Actually, nope. Found this force, haven't we? So we'll do that then, we'll meet up over here. How long is that going to take us? 4 days. If I was to send this force separately... 4 days. 4 days regardless then. So we'll send our forces. Okay. What the hell happened over here? Fuck it. Back to Santa Fe. Motherfucker. Okay, 11 days. I need to oppose this. I have to split up my bloody forces once again. God damn it. Okay. That's a huge Union fleet. Ironclad's moving out. They'll be there within 6 days, so at least we can bombard this force and offer some support. You know what? I'm gonna bloody bring these forces together. And at least we'll have our ironclads together once more. Okay. How many men do we have in the city now? 1,800. It's getting there, it's getting there. At least we have some men. And we'll have these men over here, actually. So these brigades will definitely help us. So we'll have 600 men there, so that's 600 proper infantry. 600 conscript, and then another 600. So about 1,800, so a couple of thousand men there in a few days. So at least we'll have some good numbers and we'll be able to garrison these places and hopefully hold against us. Right, okay, what the hell happened over here then? Didn't see any movement, did we? That's interesting. Fucking hell, what are they doing? I'm going to maintain this. This, I need to deal with. And that's 4,000.